Hey guys, so we got a lot of info here. I just spent the last hour and a half, maybe like 2 hours almost, translating all this stuff and making all these posts. So we're going to go over all this stuff that just released. I think the download is already actually out for JP. So let's take a look at what we got going on here. We have the details for the transforming Gohan into Ultimate Gohan. So here we go. He is bringing the Saviors category to the game. He's also a hybrid Saiyan leader, so category Ki +3, HP 130, and attack and defense +170. Super attack prior to transforming is going to be greatly raises attack and defense and causes immense damage. So he does stack infinitely, greatly raise. That's crazy. Do we even have a unit that does that as a DOKKANFEST? Greatly raises both attack and defense infinitely. That's insane. His passive is attack and defense plus 140% just at the start of the turn. And at the start of every turn, he gains Ki +1 up to a max of Ki +3. So that's going to mitigate a lot of his links not being that great. Guard activated against all attacks, just every single turn. Then he gets an additional attack plus 40% for the turn when guard is activated. So that's pretty much, I think that means that does he have to get hit for that to activate? I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, this is like pre-transformation. Brainiac's all in the family, Saiyan lineage, Cold Judgment, Rival, Power Bestowed by God, and Fierce Battle aren't exactly the best possible links, but he does get the Ki +3 in his passive. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Active skills unlock potential. Conditions able to be activated once 5 turns have elapsed from start of battle. Abilities unlock potential and grow stronger. And then his categories are Saviors, Hybrid Saiyans, Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu, Saga, Goku's family, Siblings, Bond, Revenge, and Rapid Growth. Alright. So you need to activate after 5 turns. Honestly, 5 turns is not that bad. It's really not. That's the same as AGL Blue Gogeta's conditions, which aren't bad at all. So, I mean, again, you can choose to activate that and transform or not. It's your decision. So once he transforms, his super attack effect turns into greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage with a medium chance to stun. So he loses the infinite stacking. So that's the big reason why maybe if you're in a longer event, you're like, okay, I'd rather stay, pre-transformed so that I can continue to stack my defense or my attack. So that's really the big decision to make there. Passive is going to be Ki +3 and attack and defense plus 158%, just for Gohan's reasons. 158 is Gohan. Guard is activated against all attacks just every single time. Gain an additional attack plus 40% for the turn when guard is activated. And attacks effective against all types if there is one enemy and their HP is 58% or above, or there is a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. So there's that condition. There's 2 different conditions in there. It's an or condition. So either there's one enemy and their HP is 58% or above, or there's a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. So if you're fighting a boss, it's not going to be too difficult to activate. And then link-wise, he loses Brainiac, Saiyan Lineage, and Revival for Infighter, Saiyan Warrior Race, and Shocking Speed. So he does get Shocking Speed once he's transformed, which is good. But, I mean, this guy's crazy. Like, defensively, he's insane. Offensively, he's going to be good. I don't know. There's this guy. The only weakness I could even see about him is the fact that his links aren't really that great. But prior to transforming, I mean, Brainiac's all in the family, Cold Judgment, Revival. Revival's going to be tough to activate. Brainiacs is going to be tough to activate, probably. I don't know. He seems really good to me. Like, really, 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 really good. So we'll have to see what kind of numbers he's putting up when he comes out. But that's Gohan. Moving on, we have Supreme Kai and Kabito. This is actually an active skill fusing unit that is going to be seemingly a normal banner unit. So I think they're joining the likes of AGL Trunks and Mai, as well as Bardock and Gine. I believe they're the only 3 units in the general SSR pool to have active skills. So here we go. Supreme Kai and Kabito. Leader skill is Patara category, Ki +4, and then 100% to stats. The super attack is greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage with a high chance to stun. So that's pretty good. Passive is Ki +2 and attack and defense plus 120%. Attacked enemy gets attack and defense minus 30% for 2 turns. So that's actually pretty good against like Super Battle Road. And he also gets a high chance to evade enemies' attacks and recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn. So a lot of utility going on here. Not necessarily damage, not necessarily defense. It's more of like, well, I guess chance to evade is kind of defense. But this is interesting, and then recovering HP is also cool because not many units that are doing these things in the game. And then they have an active skill, which is just a fusion active skill, and is able to be used during an attacking turn. So I think what that means is literally any single turn you can activate this. This is pretty much no conditions. Like, this is no, like, turn 1, you could activate it, I think. And then the links are Telekinesis, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Master of Magic, Godly Power, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle. Not the greatest link set because, it's Supreme Kai and Kabito, so it's unfortunately how it worked out. Categories: Realm of Gods, Majin Buu Saga, Potara, and Joined Forces. And then once they do transform, they gain the super attack, greatly raises attacking damage for 1 turn, and causes supreme damage and seals. So that's, again, more utility. And then their passive gives them Ki +3, attack and defense plus 150%, all enemies attack and defense plus minus 20% once only, and stuns the attack enemy for 2 turns. So stun the attack enemy for 2 turns. Keep in mind, this is a passive stun. Usually when we see stuns and super attacks, it carries over into the next turn. But normally, for stuns that are activating due to the passive, those only are in effect for the same turn. But since this says 2 turns, it'll also be active for the next turn, which is good. Recover 10% HP at the end of the turn. And then he loses Telekinesis and Godly Power and for power-ups of a God-infused fighter. So what's interesting is that, like, the best part about this entire thing, in my opinion, is this. The stuns the attacked enemy for 2 turns. I think this is the first enemy that does a guaranteed stun. I can't think of any other enemy that does that. Actually, no. Does Master Roshi do that? The TEQ one? He might. But it's only once only, I think. But, I don't know. That seems pretty insane. They literally just come out and they're like, okay, by the way, oh, actually, I think I made a mistake. So I just looked at it again to make sure. This is actually part of once only, so I'm going to actually make an adjustment to that. But okay, so actually, what it should be is all enemies attacking demons plus minus 20% once only, or no, it should be all enemies attacking demons minus 20% and stun the attacked enemy for 2 turns once only. So this whole thing is conditional upon being once only, so keep that in mind. But I think this unit is really good. I mean, 150% attack and defense and Ki +3 is actually really good, so that's good. All right, so moving on to the West Supreme Kai Dokkan Awakening. This has been a while in the making, but I'm glad it's finally happening. So leader skill is going to be Realm of Gods, category Ki +4, HP attack and defense plus 100%, which is actually, that's a pretty good leader skill. It's pretty close to LRUI Goku's leader skill, so it's 30% less stats. Super attack is the Sacred Light Bullet, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage, which is good. Anytime you have a support unit that's raising their defense for any period of time, that's instantly really good. Passive. Here's where things get interesting. So she gets attack and defense plus 100%, and then she gets, when receiving an attack, guard activated against all attacks for the turn. So this is sort of interesting because the wording was different for this. The Japanese wording was different for this. It wasn't just guard activated against all attacks. It says when receiving an attack for the turn. So what I think this means is that once she gets hit once, from the next attack on, she will have guard activated. So I think that it's kind of like how Beerus works, where that first attack is going to trigger his defense. I think this first attack is going to trigger her guard, and then she's going to have guard activated for the rest of the turn. I could be wrong. That's how I'm interpreting this. And then she gets a Realm of Gods, category allies, attack and demons plus 40%, and chance to perform a critical hit plus 10%. So pretty crazy upgrade here. Links are Battlefield Divas, the Innocence, Courage, Shocking Speed, Godly Power, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle. And then categories are Realm of Gods, Majin Buu Saga, and Potara. So, yeah. Anytime, again, you have a unit getting defense here, the defense buff in just, straight up at the start of turn, and also guard, like, that's crazy. Guard is just so insane. All right, and then we have a free-to-play exchange, Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. So, special pose leader skill, nothing too important there. Super attack is the Justice Eagle, causes supreme damage and lowers attack. Passive, attacking enemies plus 80%, medium chance to evade enemies' attacks, attacked enemies attack minus 20% for 2 turns, special pose category allies key plus 2, and attack and defense plus 30%. So they are really pushing the special pose category, like really, really hard. They're giving them all these support units, and honestly, it's fine. I like how they're fleshing out the category more. So they made this category a little bit too early, in my opinion. They should have released these kinds of characters first before releasing a real leader for it, because you release the leader for it and people are just like, I don't really care. But like, you have units like this who are able to round out the team, and it gets a lot better. Alright, so then they have an exchange mechanic where it goes from Saiyaman 2 into 1, and the conditions are able to be used once 3 turns have elapsed, and there's one enemy whose HP is 50% higher. So pretty much exactly like Int Super Saiyan 2 Goku into Super Saiyan 3 Goku, pretty much the same conditions there. And then the links are Infighter, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Battlefield Diva, Courage, Shadowing the Limit, and Patrol. And the categories are Special Pose, Majin Buu Saga, Peppy Gals, Earthlings, and Movie Heroes. And then once they exchange into Great Saiyaman 1, the super attack raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage. The passive is going to be Ki plus 2, attack and defense plus 100%. Gain an additional attack and defense plus 30% when launching a super attack, and then gain attack plus 10% and chance to perform a critical hit plus 5% for each special pose category ally on the team. So you can get up to 7 times this. So you can get up to 70% attack and 35% crit. That's pretty crazy. Because again, so they're getting 100% plus 30% when launching a super, and then an extra 70 from that if you're running a full special pose team. That's a lot of attack and defense, especially attack, because this is only attack. And then links are going from Infighter, Battlefield Divas, and Courage to Z Fighters, Brainiacs, and Shocking Speed. So this is actually a pretty good free-to-play unit. I expect pretty good things out of this unit. And then next, we have some Extreme Z Awakenings. Let's see. So we have the South Supreme Kai Buu. So basically the buff Buu is getting an easy A. He is getting a buff to leader skill, tech type Ki plus 2, HP attack plus 70%. Not really too special there. Super attack is raises defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage and greatly lowers defense. Okay. And then the passive is going to be Ki plus 3 and attack plus 100%. So right off the bat, he's getting that. An additional attack and defense boost up to 100%. The more HP remaining, the higher the attack and defense boost. So if you have 100% HP, he's going to be getting, up to 100% more attack and defense. And then he reduces damage received by 20% when HP is 80% or above, and then recovers 5% HP at the start of the turn in which attack is received. So kind of like how AGL Metal Cooler works there. Pretty solid EZA. I wouldn't say he's insane, but with all the Majin links that were upgraded on JP, this guy could actually end up being really, really good with the increased stats. So I keep an eye out for this guy. And then next, we have EZA Super 17. Now, I saw this guy. I obviously did these translations. This guy looks crazy good to me. So leader skill is Extreme AGL type Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 130%. I can't even speak. I'm like so tired. Super AGL type Ki plus 3, and then HP attack and defense plus 90%. His super attack is the Shocking Death Ball Extreme. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which he didn't have prior, and he causes immense damage and greatly lowers defense. Now, here's the passive. Reduces damage received by 40%, so that's, he already has that. That's already what he had prior to getting the EZA. He gets Ki plus 1, attack plus 30%, and an additional 6% damage reduction up to Ki plus 3, attack plus 150, and 30% additional damage reduction when receiving an attack. And target Goku category allies gain chance to perform a critical hit plus 17%. So this guy can have 70% damage reduction, 150% attack, Ki plus 3 to start a turn, and then he's also giving everybody in the rotation who's on the target Goku category critical hit plus 17%. This guy's looking really good. Even though this guy doesn't have defense in his passive, he is getting the extra defense raised from the super attack, plus the 70% damage reduction, which is going to take time to build up, but in something like Super Battle Road, you're going to be able to get this pretty much all the way in like two or three turns, so yeah. That's pretty insane. But I think Gohan obviously is the biggest standout unit here, obviously being the main DOKKANFEST headlining unit. Like, Gohan's pretty crazy. I don't know. You guys let me know down below what you think about Gohan. I think he's easily one of the best DOKKANFEST units in the game for TURs. In the same realm of Cooler, Kefla, Beerus, all those guys. He definitely fits in there. The guaranteed guard against all attacks, that's crazy. We don't see that often. So that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you all in the next one.